Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Options Professor podcast. This is Damien, and today is Friday, August 28th. This week, I did 5 trades that were closed out. 4 of them were profitable. 1 was a loser. 4 of them were credit spreads, and 1 was a long call. But overall, still profited this week, even with that 1 loser. So let's take a look at first the long call that I did. So it was the JPM trade. And so JPM, what I was looking at here was the stock to move over the 50 moving average. So we opened up Monday at around $99. And when it hopped over the 50 moving average, I thought this was a good time to get in. I actually waited till Tuesday and then bought some long calls when the stock was trading at around 100. And kind of traded down. Then Thursday happened and it had a big candle up, and I decided to take a profit on Thursday when it jumped up to $103. And so this netted me 42% in profit in just over maybe 3 days. Okay. Very good. Very, very nice trade. Now, the one loser I had was in ROKU. And so this one I had a a call credit spread. I sold the 152 level. So Friday it was trading at around 148. And because it was trading at about 148, I looked at where it was going to face resistance, and that was the 200 moving average at the 152.50. So 152.50 calls, I sold that, and then I bought the 155 calls for protection. And in this case, I was able to collect 50 cents in credit at a risk of $2. Now, what happened was, and this is nothing I could look back and say I should not have made this trade. I think the trade itself was doing very well. I just needed it to hang on for 3 more days. What happened Wednesday morning was there was a price target increase to 180. So some analysts said this has a price target of 180, and next thing you know, the stock expanded outside of its normal range, and I had to get out of this. So I managed to buy back this credit spread for $1.30, which did limit the amount of loss I was going to have to take here, because like you said before, the maximum loss was $2, and so I bought it back for $1.30, and this gave me 38% loss. All right. Could have been worse, but not much I could do about this. News is something that we do not want to have happen. Anything unexpected. We normally avoid earnings because we don't know if the stock movement's going to be in our favor. But in this case, it was untimely news that happened 3 days before our expiration. So just kind of got out of it, managed that risk, and move on to the next trade. So one of the trades that I made money on was Accenture. And Accenture, if you remember last week, I was in this one at around the 230 level. I sold the 230 puts. And because the stock was just kept moving up, last Friday, it was trading at around 237.50. I decided to sell the 235 right below it. And this gave me a nice credit, and I didn't even have to worry about it. It just kept going up. And today closed at around 243. So well above the 235. Originally, I was planning to take a 25% profit target, but I did end up closing this one a little bit early, and I ended up with a 21% profit. So I left for about 4% of the total profit on the table, but that's because I want to lock in this 21% profit. All right. The other stock I was in was SCHW, SCHW. And this one had me worried. So last Wednesday, when it made this jump up to $36, I decided to sell the 35 right below it, because that's where the 50 moving average was. 50 moving average was right at $35. And so my thought process was, this is going to be a good level of support. But the very next day, it broke right through that, and it actually came down to 34.23 and did have me worried. But we still had a week to go, so I wasn't going to bail on it yet. I was also watching this 200 moving average as a level of support. Monday morning, we opened up back over the 35 level, and this kind of just drifted sideways and up a little bit. And I decided to get out of it early because, of what happened with Roku, and I didn't want to catch any bad news and have another, loser on my hands. So I closed this out. I took 11%. Am I disappointed in taking only 11%? No, not really, because it's still profit. I still made 11% on my money in less than a week. It could have been 25%, but it also could have been a loser. If I had held on, though, as you can see, it did still move up, and I would have collected the full profit. But anyways, I'm happy with that 11% profit in less than a week. And then the last one I was in is Carvana, and I've been in this stock for, and the spread actually for 2 weeks. And this is a company I really like. I think the online car buying is taking off because of the whole pandemic thing. Everyone's looking online to buy cars versus potentially walking into a dealership. And 2 weeks ago, it was trading right around 195, 196 level. And so I decided to sell the 190 put. So I did a 190, 185 I bought for protection, and this is a $5 wide spread. I managed to collect $1.60 for this spread, which means my risk was $340. And on 10 contracts, that is $1,600 credit for a $3,400 risk. I actually had 20 contracts going into this, and it really did not have me worried at all. And the only thing I thought about was maybe taking profit a week early, and it would have cut my total target in half, but there was no reason to. I mean, it was still hugging the 50 moving average and staying above it. And even this week, it just started to move up, even hitting a high of 219. So this one resulted in a full profit. It expired worthless today, and I was able to collect 47%. Okay. So 47% profit in over 2 weeks, and I had doubled up my normal size in this stock. So overall, even with that one loser in Roku, which, like I said, probably not something I would go back and change. I think I got out of it quick enough where I limited my loss, and all my other trades, the Accenture, Schwab, were taken off the table a little bit earlier than I normally would have, just because I wanted to lock in some profit. But then Carvana, 47%, and JPM, another 42%. So those two were my big winners. And this week was obviously a really nice, profitable week. So thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. I will be back Sunday to go through my weekly watch list.